many times have you heard or even thought to yourself, well, people don't need to buy art. It's a luxury item. Nobody's going to buy it unless they've got tons of money. And how am I going to hit those people? Because people really don't need art or don't need my creative service, right? Well, excuse me, I've got a hair in my way. If you're my clients tell me that all the time when they start working with me. That's one of the first things that usually comes out of their mouths, especially if they're a painter or some other type of visual artist. I hear, well, art's a luxury item. It's impossible to sell it. Well, if that's the way you're thinking about your artwork, you've already set up this big block of nobody's going to buy my work. And you're putting that out there, whether you know it or not, you're putting it out there energetically, and you're probably putting it out in your language with the way you speak about your art and in your marketing. So today we are going to talk about cracking the code when it comes to marketing. I love this. And really, one of the things I do, obviously creatives is my favorite group of people to work with. I've been working with creatives and coaching them for more than 20 years. Yet I also have a side of me. I'm a master fearless living coach, and I also work with coaches. The Fearless Living Institute actually hires me to work with their coaches and help teach them how to coach and also how to market their business. So one of the things that I've done for my creative clients is taken the well-known marketing things in an industry like coaching and translated it to the creative market. So I work with my clients on first that mindset and that languaging, and we also work on breaking through those limiting beliefs about their art to create a marketing message. So today I wanted to let you in on this big code cracking thing around marketing your art. And it is big. And it also comes with a book recommend. So I think I've mentioned this in the group, but it's been a long time. The book I recommend is This is Marketing by Seth Godin. Now, the thing is, when I recommend a book like this to most people or my clients, as I've said, what happens is they tend to do that whole thing. Yeah, well, this doesn't really apply to art because people don't need art, right? It's a luxury item. So what I encourage you to do is to really challenge yourself to think out of the box. Now, if you're in this group, you're a creative, you are automatically an out-of-the-box thinker. And so I encourage you to take whatever's out there on marketing and other industries and see how you can twist it. Like I said, that's a lot of what I do with my clients. So I actually want to read a little excerpt from This is Marketing, and this is really a code cracking thing. Wait till you hear it. So This is Marketing by Seth Godin. And here, let me put it in the frame so you can see it, especially if you're joining in late. So I'm looking at chapter 7, Dreams and Desires. And I'm going to read you this nugget. It's amazing. So first of all, he says, there are 3 common confusions that many of us get stuck on. We're not going to go through all 3 today. But he says the first is that people confuse wants and needs. What we need is air, water, health, and a roof over our heads, period. And like I said, when I talk to clients, they pretty much agree with that. My creative clients are like, they don't need art. Art doesn't fall into this list of air, water, health, and a roof over our heads. And he says, pretty much everything else is a want, okay? Now think about that. Pretty much everything else is a want. Your Netflix is a want. Your computer is a want. Your phone is a want. Your clothing is a want. All of this stuff is categorized in the area of wants. This pen right here is a want. This water bottle is a want. It's all wants. So where we think art is this thing that's above the pen, right? Or, yeah, people need pens. People are going to buy pens. Well, no, according to Seth Godin, the pen and the art are both wants. So we can treat them the same. All right. So it says, here's the key, pretty much everything else is a want. And if we're privileged enough, we decide that those other things we want are actually needs. Right? So we decide when this pen becomes a need. We decide when this glass water bottle becomes a need because I need my water in glass and not plastic or metal, right? becomes a need for me. So the same thing can happen with your art. Turn it from a want into that sort of superficial need, right? Because all we really need is air, water, a roof over our heads, and health, right? So here's what he says. The second is the principle. Oh, I guess we are going to go through all three. The second is that people are intimately aware of their wants, which they think of as needs, but they are absolutely terrible at inventing new ways to address those wants. And that's where it gets tricky, right? This is where creatives usually need the help of someone outside, a mentor or coach, to really say, okay, let's, even though you're out of the box thinkers, let's start to brainstorm together how to make, how we can address someone's wants and needs, right? How does your art do that? And then he says the third is mistakenly believing that everyone wants the same thing when in fact we don't. Early adopters want things that are new, and laggards want things to never change. Sort of an important segmentation of the market there. Are you looking at people who want things that are new, or people who want things to never change? So here's the big deal right now. I'm going to read through this list. We share a basket of dreams and desires, all in different proportions, but with a ton of overlap. Here is the list, the foundational list, a shared vocabulary that each of us chooses from when expressing our dreams and fears. Okay, so here's the money piece. Here's what people really want / decide they need. Okay, adventure, affection, avoiding new things, belonging, community, control, creativity, delight. Delight becomes a want and a need, right? Delight, freedom of expression, freedom of movement, friendship, good looks, health, learning new things, luxury, hey, luxury, nostalgia, great for a lot of the artists in here, obedience, participation, peace of mind, physical activity, power, reassurance, reliability, respect, revenge, romance, safety, security, sex, strength, sympathy, and tension. Now, I can't read through that whole list again. It's a long list. Again, this is Marketing by Seth Godin, or you can check out this video later. Go back and rewatch that part if you want to take notes. So your key, the thing that cracks the code, is for you to be able to tie in your creative work into one of those categories. So can you tie your creative work into adventure? Can you tie it into community? Can you tie it into luxury? Some of you, yes, that does absolutely work. Nostalgia, like I said, that's a big one for a lot of people in this group that they can tie into. Reassurance, respect, romance. Oh my gosh, I worked with a client. She is a member of this group, and she does a lot of her paintings are based on scenes from Outlander. Hello, romance there. Big time, right? So it's also probably delight. It's probably also hitting that need of delight. So your job to really, when you're trying to sell your work and market your work, is to tie into one of those things. How can you tie your work into one of those things? And even better, is there a theme? Can you pick 1, 2, maybe even 3 of those items on that list and use them as a theme for your overall business so that you can be known as that person who satisfies those needs or wants, however you want to frame it. All right. So I really hope this video has been useful for you. If you want more information like this, if you're like, oh, I want more, there are several videos already in this group, and you can also feel free to join our insider inbox where I do put resources like this where we specifically focus on business. I'll drop a link to that in the comments as well. But like I said, go back, check this out. And what I would love for you to do is in the comments, first of all, give me a like or a love or whatever. Give me some, there, thank you. Someone did it right away. Thank you. But that really keeps this video active in the thread for a little while, especially since today is Share Your Work Wednesday. So we want to keep this video active so that other people can find this video. It doesn't get lost in the feed. Also, I'd love to hear a comment if this has helped you in any way, if you've had any new insight, any new learning, and maybe even let me know if you see how your art ties into one of those things. Remember, it's even delight. Oh my gosh, how many people's art in this group is just simply delightful. Oh my gosh. But again, it's for you to help your customer, your potential customer, your prospect, see that your art is going to satisfy that need. That again, Seth Godin here said that they probably can't really articulate themselves. So it's up to you to help them articulate it and find the answer. So again, please leave a comment if this has spoken to you. Please leave a like, and I will be with you on the next video. Oh, and I'll also drop a link to the Insider's inbox too. So bye-bye. Have a great day, everyone, and get out there, share your work, and share your creative spark. Bye-bye.